Leaving the Gombo Longjon camp at 14,500 feet, we rode on further north into the Zanskar valley in search of local nomadic music. Although our planned destination for today was a small village called Purne, we stopped en route at Kurak, only to hear sounds of local music. We found what we were looking for, or had we? Inviting these British riders as if I was the host and not a guest is a beautiful complexity that only we Indians will understand. And when gate crashing, always greet the people as you enter. That's something I learned early in life. It gives the illusion that everybody knows you. But there's no way we would have blended in here because of our outfits. This was just the large-heartedness of these folks to let us in.
You're lucky to have got this. But I have a feeling that we caught them at their lunchtime. रात को खाओ पियो दिन को आराम करो एकदम ऐसे ही तो आपका ये जो म्यूजिक का परफॉर्मेंस है ये आगे और होएगा या खत्म हो गया और होएगा अच्छा हम तो पूरा दिन बॉम्बे से आए इसीलिए कि यहाँ का जो भी लोकल कल्चर है और जो संगीत है वो थोड़ा देख सकें सुन सकें मैं भी बॉम्बे में म्यूजिक करता हूँ तो बॉम्बे भी इनको आपका दमन और ये नीचे क्या है पीतल है ये कॉपर है ये अक्कल हमारे बॉम्बे में ये जैसे नहीं है हर जगह ढोल एक तरह का दूसरे तरीका का तो हर जगह पे क्योंकि इसके बिना तो म्यूजिक है नहीं है ना पूरा जिसका आपका जो ताल है वो सब इसी से आता है मगर अलग अलग है हर जगह उधर बोलते हैं नासिक ढोल वो जब गणपति निकलता है तो बजाते हैं तो उनका क्या आता है ददंग ददंग तताक तताक ददंग ददंग ऐसा रहता है
This is it. This is Folkroad. This is what I'm here for.
चलिए आप खाना खाओ हम वेट करेंगे फिर आप जब बजाएंगे तो Are you guys having chang?
Yeah.
Are you gonna ride after that?
Yeah, it helps.
Take it easy, okay?
We'll wait a bit.
Yeah.
It's a busy rough road. Is it strong?
It's not strong, but on local booths is the kind until you're sitting and drinking, you're like, yeah, no worries, let me have another one. And then you say, okay, I'll just go take a leak and come. And you get up and you're like, oh, what happened? So yeah, take it slow.
Yeah, we might stay here though.
I think that's the best idea. Enjoy the party and stay.
Yeah.
Enjoy the party is exactly what we were doing, for there was so much to take in. From infants too young to walk, to kids who couldn't stop running, to those who had just about found their groove. The energy of children is something that I just love being around. I love the fact that they're unbothered, in the moment, free of the weight of being judged, unafraid of falling, and what I believe is the elixir of youth, inquisitiveness. Be curious and you shall forever live in wonder. The village elders were just as much a part of the celebrations, enjoying the music and drinks, sometimes being protected by their young from the prying lenses of our cameras. The entire village was here, as was anyone passing through. And lunchtime meant serving momos, the Tibetan version of a dumpling, and it's here that I noticed the unique customs. You literally pushed away the host's hand to stop him from feeding you more. If you were open for a few more, you have to pull your plate away quick, or the host will throw in a few extra. While a big cauldron with fresh batch of momos arrive, the best ones with the covering intact were offered to the special guests, who wore saffron, almost golden robes with maroon and white scarves, but the most eye-catching was their headgear with beautiful, colorful ribbons. And there was another set of special guests who sat on the opposite side with plain white scarves. You see, humans are the only species where the females are more attractive than the males. And it's this fact that makes me assume that the ones with the colorful ribbons must represent the groom to make up for Mother Nature's oversight when it comes to us males. But then, we always have a way to deal with being shortchanged. Alcohol and the unique drinking customs of Zanskar. So he has a sip to make space for more. Not the rum, thanks. I'll have the chang. Alright, here you go. That should be enough. How about you, bro? No, I'm good, thank you. Oh, come on. Drink some. Don't be a buzzkill. Okay, since you insist, let me make some space for a top-up. That's my bro. Here you go. Well, that should be okay. And the ladies too were enjoying their drinks. And although the chang, which is essentially freshly fermented barley beer, flowed freely, it was customary to bring your own cup to the party. Where did he go? Ah, there he is. The hospitality here isn't about asking you politely once and giving up. It's about shaking you up till you take out your cup and enjoy your drink. Another interesting custom. The host extends his hand asking the guests to present their cup. Even if the cup is lying in plain sight, it was refilled only if and when the guests presented it. So I guess no one else could be blamed if you got drunk. Of course, another way to say no thanks was to simply hold the host's hand to your forehead. There's only so much a man can eat and drink, is what his sigh seems to be saying. They exchange smiles, a joke, and he signs off with a thumbs up. The senior most special guest meanwhile checks his Insta. Yes, there was 2G network here, believe it or not. Who knows, he might be posting about us aliens who showed up in armored clothes and boots. Yeah, I think we were the joke here. With the many rounds of alcohol and bottles being refilled continuously, started the singing naturally. Well, alcohol has been known to convince people that they can sing. Well, this boy band hadn't quite rehearsed, I would say. Let's move on to the groom side. Yep, the groom side was better prepared and gave me some hope of returning with recordings that I could work with. But then again, it was all quite casual. It was acceptable to start having a conversation in the middle. And the last man singing seemed to wonder why he was the only one going on and would suddenly stop. I mean, how could I make this into a song? But then there were drums or the dhamang and the local pipe. And I was ready with my Porta recorder to capture the sounds. My new friend gives me a nod and a smile while Pretti feels the aftermath of the chung. The music announced the arrival of a revered monk whose presence and blessings would have been requested by the couple. Whoa, I think that was Ashish. I guess the chung was that good, huh? And while we're here, let me make you listen to how all of this sounded on my recorder. Magical, yes? Next, the ladies stepped out from one of the cottages to partake in the ceremony, and we thought, of course, small village with few ladies. But there were more. And then there was some more. This village had a lot of ladies. I really hoped this gent leading the fire made it down the trail without incident. Because if you recall, he had had quite a few drinks earlier. And apparently so had our camera crew. The ladies trotted down the steep rocky trail like mountain goats. And of course, there were drums to announce their arrival. I was relieved that lead male had made it without incident. Well, almost. That's not much. As I saw one of them carry a copper vessel, somehow I knew this was going to be about more drinking. The singing in this region was almost like chanting. And like the melody that the males were singing earlier, this one was also repetitive. It was sort of going on in a loop. And that makes perfect sense because when you're singing in celebrations like this, you don't want it to be too complex. You want it to be something that everybody can sing along, I guess. And now it was the turn of the men to sing back to the women, much to the amusement of a few of them. And just as I had predicted, there was more chung. A special batch, this one, with the yak butter, pieces of which were picked meticulously to be included in the serving. With a repeat performance of the same song, the men are asked to present their cups. Salute to you all, said the man, before taking a sip and then keeping his cup away. Seemed to be a moderate drinker. But the women won't take no for an answer. Man up and finish it. These ladies seem to be having a lot of fun with this custom. And of course, we aren't the only ones filming the event. The chung is now showing its effects on everyone. And a second cupful for this gentleman. He is going to be so hammered by the end of it. But honestly, endless supplies of mutton momos and ladies queuing up to ensure that you have enough of chung, Kurak definitely seems my kind of place. Then came the time to give gifts to the newly wedded, which were mostly homemade produce and some amount of money. Once you gave the gifts, the collectors gave you a piece of white cloth, which you could proudly display, showing the community that you were no freeloader. Our very own Chang-infused local expert said this.
ये लोग kind of डोरी को लेकर है, डोरी. Actually, it was Hindu tradition में होता है ना, ये Buddhist tradition में ये थोड़ा बहुत होता है, no tradition. जो relative होता है, they are collecting their डोरी.
Thank you. That was insightful.
डाउरी बोले तो उसमें डाउरी में मतलब स्पेशली याक बटर होगा and there's a dry cheese which is called churpe and they are often like barley beer means a pure barley beer घर से जो प्योर आपने जो प्रोडक्ट होते हैं जैसे सत्तू हो गया और वो लोग थोड़ा सा ऑफर ये भी कर रहे हैं बीच में पैसे भी इट्स डिपेंड्स लाइक you turn on the camera.
You turn on the camera. There I've explained enough. I would like to enjoy my chang. This man wanted change. The guy receiving it said, "Forget it, just give it all." Every offering was accompanied by a loud shout of Jule. And then there was more music. This time to announce the arrival of the groom, accompanied by his bride, accompanied by the bride's mother. Being able to witness and film a traditional marriage celebration deep in the heart of the Zanskar Valley was indeed a stroke of good luck. But I do believe when on the road, having no plan always turns out to be the best plan. And yes, I know we are here for more than just the adventure and the filming. We are here to record and produce local nomadic music. So, did we succeed? As long as you can filter out the noise, slow things down and focus on one aspect till it falls in place, usually the other things follow. Yes, there were times where things almost fell apart. But you can't fail if you won't give up. Here's the first song from Folkroad. It's called Kurak. And this is how the original recording sounded. We left with so much more than we could have ever hoped for. The culture, and the customs, the costumes and the music, the recordings and the visuals. But most of all, the inclusiveness and warmth of the nomads of Kurak.
तो विपिन भाई कैसा लगा आपको? बहुत दिस रूट इज सो ब्यूटीफुल. और आज तो खैर वी आर वेरी लकी कि हमको वहाँ पे वो शादी अटेंड करने को मिल गई.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
जहाँ पे हमने एंट्री की थी. एंड क्योंकि आप उनकी भाषा जानते हैं तो हमको हमारा उनसे मिलाप भी अच्छा हो गया, मिलना जुलना. पर एक बात मानना पड़ेगा दोरजे भाई, बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं यहाँ पे. मतलब कोई जैसे हम लोगों की शादियों में क्या होता है, गेस्ट लिस्ट बनती है, फिर कार्ड छपते हैं,
Only the people those
है
are
ना. फिर हाँ, दिस गाइज हु आर इनवाइटेड आर द ओनली पीपल हु आर कॉल्ड. और यहाँ पे इन लोगों ने इतनी अच्छी तरह से अपना एक शामियाना लगाया हुआ है.
हाँ.
और जो भी आ रहा है उसको मतलब सच्चे दिल से वो बोल रहे हैं, चलो जी ये थोड़ा ये
Okay, हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Definitely they offered us that barley beer,
करेक्ट.
which is a pure homemade.
यस.
वो हमने उसका भी मज़ा लिया हमने.
और
full मज़ा
मोमोज
लिया.
थे,
And momos.
आरक भी थी.
And the momo was the non-veg. I am not sure that या तो वो याक मटन हो सकता है या फिर
हाँ.
गोट मटन, whatever.
यस.
जो भी था, बट बहुत टेस्टी था विद चटनी. स्पेशली जो बाले जो छांग बोले तो बाले बियर जो है,
रिफ्रेशिंग ना.
हाँ.
बिल्कुल. तो
बहुत ही मज़ा
फ्रेश
आया.
बियर हो गया एक तरह से, बिना एरिएशन
तो
के.
उसका हमने फुल मज़ा लिया पूरा टीम ने.
वो तो है दोरजे भाई,
और
फुल मजे
उसके
लिए.
लिए फिर हम अभी पहुंचे हैं एंड वी आर वेरी क्लोज टू द पुणे राइट नाउ.
Yes.
The side effects of too much maza was that PD and Ashish had settled in the pickup truck nice and cozy after their fill of chung and were in no mood to film as of now. Which leaves you and I. So let me show you my POV. We were on probably what are the most dangerous roads in the world, with probably the best views in the world, and probably along the deepest gorges in the country. And would you look at that? Fiber cables for internet. And that's India for you. In a year, not only will these parts have tarmac, they'll have high-speed internet too. Just to be clear here, apart from a cup to taste, I stayed away from the booze because I wanted to focus on getting a few great recordings from the wedding, and obviously I knew we were yet to ride through these crazy terrains. Deep and fine dirt, steep gradient which the camera doesn't quite capture. No way I was risking this just for a drink. The earth mover. This could take anywhere from a few minutes to half an hour, so best to just switch off and enjoy the scene. One group of workers playing a game with stones while the others busy on their phones. These darn phones. We just can't seem to have enough of them. There's Dorje Bhai in my rearview mirror. Sattu and Abhay, having ridden out earlier, were waiting for us at Cafe Dolma, the only place in Pune where one could get food and shelter.
Nice and warm inside over there.
That's quite a big video. Some coffee, some Maggi,
And Sattu's gone for a dump also.
Okay. I see that a lot has been accomplished.
Yeah.
So, Abhay bhai, कैसा रहा आपका?
Abhay looked a little concerned.
मेरे को खाली अभी उस ये वो दिख रहा है. Vipin, come, get acquainted with the fresh.
That part,
मैं
no?
लगा वहाँ से निकल जाए फिर तो सब आसानी है.
हाँ रास्ता ही हुई है सर.
That switchback is the climb, which is normal.
Okay.
Then where it becomes light
That's the sand bit.
is where everyone falters.
Yeah.
But
Abhay was the only one amongst us who had
I
ridden
went
this stretch
through
earlier,
on first gear last year, unhinged.
and so his concern concerned us too.
कल हम जब
bank
move करेंगे ना,
Yeah, we started the
so we
bank.
just keep the gap actually.
Correct.
Yes.
One by one.
That was one thing, and the other thing is
Absolutely.
for
Let one
Dorje
guy
bhai-
pass.
for Dorje bhai to be right in the end,
Yeah.
because if a bike does fall, then sort of to help,
Yeah.
because it may fall. If it falls once, it may fall.
But if it falls on, means you just turn around and start all over again, right? Or can you?
continue from there.
It's not that steep.
No.
It's just traction. It's not.
Yeah, it's the gradient isn't any more than you may have done here or Shinkula.
There's a PRO officer inside.
थोड़ा ही.
वही कह रहा हूँ.
पिछले
He says it's a separate company that's doing that. Separate company on this side of the pass.
Okay.
This side of the pass, his company is this year is widening. Widening. So that's why it's mucky and they're cutting the road. By the end of next season,
It's
he
twice
says
as
this
wide
will all
this
be
year.
BT.
Oh.
So
Good and bad.
glad we did it.
अभी अपन आगे निकल रहे हैं या कुछ आप लोग कुछ चाय नाश्ता कर रहे हो?
कितना दूर है यहाँ से?
कंसर तो पीछे ही है, क्योंकि हमको U-turn लेना है.
Okay then, let's take that U-turn and let's not forget to talk to ourselves. Yeah, we gotta be a little crazy to be doing what we are. Across the valley you can see the steep dirt tracks that we were to ride on tomorrow. By comparison, Pune was one of the bigger villages we had seen over the past few days. And sure enough, there were signs that development would reach here very soon. And here we were at Khangsar. We had taken permission from the residents of this cottage and planned to camp in their lawns. As always, the approach to the campsite was the trickiest part of the ride. Can't ride on the field, got to avoid the pipe and make it through. You must appreciate when it's due,
Shabash.
even if it means
कोने में ना?
patting your own back.
On this bit coming up that
Yeah,
totally shut.
but that's where training helps.
No, absolutely. But for me, I realized that I don't absorb as much on a 1-day training as I do on a 5-day
Right.
ride, where you keep doing the same thing again and again and again.
Yes.
Well, time to put my training to test. The bets were on, the betters watched as I tried to ride Ashi all the way up to my tent. Why? Don't ask. Here goes nothing. Vision straight ahead, chin up, good body position, looking good. Not bad, but the handlebar is at a slight angle. Oh, now I'm heading straight for the wall. Gotta turn it. Did Sattu reach me on time? Could I hold on? I'd never be cruel enough to leave you here. Here's how it went. Ashi fell. But if I was falling, it meant I was riding to a point where the challenges were beyond my current skills. And if you are failing, it is because you're brave enough to try something new. So laugh off your failures.
I it under control.
Learn from your mistakes.
So this was wrong.
But never stop. For there are too many beautiful things to be experienced that await you on the next bend. Our sun-bathed camp at Kangsar was yet another amazing location. Dhoop ka Shahar. Sometimes I wonder if the songs I make somehow find their relevance in the future. And here's another story within a story. Some folks taking a picture with Sattu. The boy in the brown jacket, standing in the right corner, the one with the biggest smile. And his friend here. They were filming these two amazing cyclists along a route quite similar to ours. When they heard Ashish's story about his drone crashing, they exchanged emails, and by the time we had come back home, Ashish found an email from them with footage from their drone. I'm not sure when our paths shall cross again, but I'm grateful for the kind gesture of these gentlemen. All of the aerial footage you see after our drone crashed is thanks to them.